Hey there everyone, and welcome back to a new video. It is RetroKaizer here, and I know it's been a month. RetroKaizer, what the heck you doing? Where the heck you going? I was lost in Night City, man. I was partying my ass off for a month. Yeah, no, cap, yeah, I'm sorry, like my life ain't that kind to me that I can spend an entire month partying around here and there. I was, away for obvious reasons, okay? Life is a bitch, basically. So, today's video, we're gonna be focusing on one of my most favorite car companies. Yes, sir. We're gonna be focusing on Porsches, especially the Tier 3 Porsches in MRT. Now, who is this video for? If you are thinking about buying a Porsche but have no idea what the heck they are offering, this is for you. If you are thinking about buying something new and are thinking about, I'm gonna spend my money behind a Porsche, this is for you too if you don't know about the Porsches, because you don't want to end up buying something you're going to regret down the line, even if it's in a video game. And third, this is for you if you are a person who wants a performance vehicle and you are looking towards the brand name of Porsche or Cruiser in MRT, and you don't really know how much performance the cars actually have to offer. Now, the cars that we are mainly going to be focusing on are two cars. Those are the 911 964 and the 911 993. Now, these two cars are Tier 3 Porsches. I am not going to be focusing on the old 911 Carrera, so we're focusing on the 993 and the 964. So let's get straight into it. And once again, people, if you enjoy this video and if you find it informative, do hit that subscribe button and hit that like button so that I can know that you like this video, and the subscribe button, dude, you won't miss an upload even if it's after a freaking month. Yeah, I know, I'm pretty pissed off about the whole month thing, but that's my fault. But anyway, let's get straight into this. First off, let's talk about the 964. Now, this is the most commonly seen Porsche in the game. The reasons being, either you are a rich boy and love racing the hell out of good cars, or you're a rich boy who has good taste, so you roll welt the hell out of the car. I mean, oh yeah, totally, yeah, everyone does that. But honestly, let's talk about why you will want to buy this thing. Why the heck would you want to buy a 964? Let's find out. Well, honestly, because it has kits. Okay, that is the only viable answer I have for you. Because yes, it is the only Porsche with kits in the game. No other Porsche has kits, not the 911 Carrera, neither the 993. Yeah, you can change the rims, of course. You can change the rim in almost all of the cars, but yeah, not all cars still have kits. Now, performance-wise, it isn't that on par with the other Tier 3 cars. Now, another thing to point out, people, I am not talking about a tuned 964, okay? I'm talking about a totally bone stock car, because you will not be getting a tuned car from the get-go, and the tuning right now in the game is totally, dependent on you. What you want to tune your car for, what kind of performance you want out of your car with the options we have available is totally up to you, okay? And so, I'm just gonna be talking about the stock car. So, if we go to, let's say, the city events, right? The 964 around the city, it feels slippery, okay? It feels quite slippery. It is a bit, unstable when you are trying to make those fast turns, and sometimes it kind of feels a bit unpredictable. I know, a car feeling unpredictable. Yeah, you get that feeling, okay? So there is a bit of a, factor that if you are inexperienced, like suppose you are used to driving, I don't know, let's say you start off the game with an AE86 and you build up the money to buy a 964, you go ahead and buy a 964, you're gonna face a whole lot of problems, buddy. Whole lot of problems. If you are used to driving an Evo, if you are used to driving R34, R33, you're gonna feel, what I'm talking about regarding the 964. It is gonna slip, you might spin out, and you might feel that it's not really responding the way you want it to respond. I mean, the car has a lot of shortcomings, which I will get into, but around the city, it can do good times, but you really have to, put in the effort. You really have to, give that push to get that, result out of that car. Now, If we're talking about a C1, right? Everyone loves highway racing, you know, one gun, midnight vibes and everything. And we also got Yatabe, right? So we got two massive tracks to, you know, burn the heck out of your tires and, you know, get lots and lots of speed. So how does the Porsche 964 handle under high speed? Well, if you are looking for a challenging time attack, right? A challenging time attack around C1, right? Then you can just knock yourself out always, right? The 964 on the C1, it is good if you're looking for a challenging time attack, but it isn't really gonna be much use to you if you are racing with other tier 3 cars, like the R33, the R34. I'm not even bringing this into the category of the Countach and the Testarossa because those two smoke it, like from the get-go, right? Because I lined up the 964 against the Supra, the Testa, the Countach, even against the Evos, and if there was one thing that, you know, kept popping up, it is that there is a massive turbo lag, which is one of the big shortcomings of this car, and it has a very slow initial acceleration. Yeah, you don't get that boom, I hit the throttle and it's gonna run. Nah, you ain't gonna get that, buddy. You hit the throttle, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Your opponent is like, by that time, is half the way around the loop, and then your car starts to move. So yeah, that is something which is a very big down point of the 964, because its acceleration, it sucks, right? I mean, if you put it up against an R33, the R33 is gonna smoke you instantly because it has better top speed, right? It has better handling, better cornering abilities, and it even has better acceleration. So the 964 isn't really, you know, gonna be handy to you in stock form if you're thinking about racing. And once again, don't go in front of a Testa or a Countach because, man, it can be problematic. Now, once again, if you're a pro and if you've already, you know, beat Countachs and Testarossas, okay, I get it. You have grinded the heck out and you have, you know, totally maximized the performance of a 964. But it's gonna take a while. Every pro that I've met who, you know, used to main the 964, even back when I was in my clan racing days, I used to see a lot of clan racers who used to main 964s. Even Dave said the same thing. You really have to practice a lot with the car to get massive performance. Now, of course, many people have already beat them because, you know, many circumstances can lead to the 964 beating other cars. But then again, I'm just talking about the performance and what, you know, beginners will basically feel. It is a very slow reacting car, right? It isn't lightning fast when you want to move, right? If you're gonna move around, it's gonna feel a bit wobbly, right? Then it's gonna fishtail on you. That is something which, you know, the Porsche suffers from because it's apparently it's a rear engine car, so that's why the weight is on the back, so it's gonna do that. Now, there is no traction control, there isn't a whole lot of, you know, electronics in the 964, so that is why it's gonna, you know, be a whole lot more challenging to you. So that's what, you know, basically the 964 is about. I mean, if you wanna flex, you wanna have some kits, that, you know, knock yourself out in the city with the 964. If you want to have challenging time attacks and, you know, beat cars that are tier 2, yeah, you can opt for the 964, but yeah, just watch out for those Evo 3s, right? Okay, so that was everything about the 964. Now, you might be wondering, bro, is there anything left of Porsche that can actually, you know, stand a chance in MRT? Yes, there is. There is the 993, people, the 993. You forgot about that, didn't you? Now, the 993 is the most rarest Porsche around. Like, it is rare, like not the most rarest. I mean, the 911 old model, the Carrera, that is the most rarest thing. I mean, you don't even see that thing anywhere. But the 993, I don't know, man. I haven't seen a 993 in a very long time in the MRT, man. Like, the last time I saw a 993 in MRT has to be around 21, or like in 2022. I have totally not seen a 993 anywhere, like nowhere. So yeah, it's a pretty rare car. And if you wanna, you know, buy something to flex it, oh, look at me, I have a rare car, then yeah, the 993 is a pretty good option for you. Unless, you know, suddenly kits come out and then it gets buffed and bro, everyone's buying a 993 again. So anyway, until that time, if you want something a bit rare, yeah, you can go for the 993. So here we are with the 993, and if you're wondering why should I buy this, you should buy it for the handling. There, I said it. Hey, who the hell buys a Porsche for handling? You losing your mind or something here, RetroKaizer? Yeah, I think I am. but I'm not at the same time. Yeah, you can think about why I'm saying you can buy this for handling. The 993 has all-wheel drive. Yes, sir, it has all-wheel drive. Yeah, boom. It has all-wheel drive. It's not a rear-wheel drive car. So, does the all-wheel drive make a difference? Yeah, not a massive one, but sorta. The 993 is a whole lot more stable than the 964. I'm gonna give it that. The 993 has better ability around corners than the 964, always. But the power difference between both of them, that is where, you know, it becomes a bit of a 50-50 chance, because the 964 has power and so does the 993. The 993 has a bit more power than the 964, and that does kind of make the difference, because the 993 doesn't have the same problem as the 964. It doesn't have that massive turbo lag, because the 993 instantly hooks on, has instant acceleration, all the wheels move together, and boom, it's gone. So the 993 being an all-wheel drive car, is it good around the Tokyo City, like city events? Yes, it is good around the city events, but it isn't that powerful. Yeah, if you can tinker around with the gear ratios and stuff like that, maybe you can get more acceleration, more power. Yeah, that's a totally different scenario. But in stock form, the 993 isn't as powerful as an Evo, right? Now hear me out. Yeah, it's more powerful than the 964. It can sort of keep up with a R34, but it is not gonna overtake an R33 or an R34, especially if the person you're up against is a active and regular MRT player. That is something you're gonna have to watch out for. The 964, with its shortcomings, kinda manages to somehow keep up with the 993, because once again, there's wobbliness in the 964. The 993 is stable. It is a stable car, okay? There is not a lot of, you know, tension when it comes to corners. But if you're talking about C1, the 993 also excels over there as opposed to the 964, because once again, at high speeds, right? At high speeds, the 993 is gonna make you feel in control. It's gonna feel stable thanks to its all-wheel drive. But the 964, as I previously mentioned, is gonna, you know, try and kill you 100%. But anyway, the 993, it has shortcomings too, right? Now the shortcomings it has is that it is massively underpowered. I mean, you're gonna feel it, right? When you're gonna drive this car, you're always gonna feel that thing that, oh man, if only this had a bit more power, dude, like, ooh, it would have been so much more better. Yeah, it lacks in power. Now, we won't be able to, you know, increase the power of any car until we get, you know, engine tunes or, you know, engine mapping tunes or whatever we're gonna get in the future updates in MRT. But until then, the 993 is gonna feel very underpowered. It has the ability to go faster, but it can't because it doesn't have that kind of power. In terms of handling, it's good, okay? It's good. It isn't perfect, it's good, because it is on the more, you know, heavier side, if you know what I'm saying. So, here, let's come to the conclusion now, shall we? Let's go towards the conclusion. Alright everyone, so the conclusion is, if you are looking for something to flex on, if you want to show everyone, yeah, I'm a rich boy with some, you know, rich boy status, go ahead and buy the 964. It's gonna be everything you want to have for showing off, like in front of your friends. The random car meets, yeah, the 964 is actually pretty cool for car meets. If you want to make some cinematics, the 964 is great. If you want to have some, you know, challenging fun around C1, if you really want to challenge yourself around, you know, the Toge or, you know, C1, yeah, the 964 is great for you. But if you think that, yeah, I'm gonna buy a 964 and I'm gonna smoke a freaking Corvette or a Countach or a Testa, yeah, that ain't happening, buddy. That is not happening. Yeah, in the future, if you can, you know, tune it up, make it a twin turbo, yeah, that is totally possible. But then again, there's gonna be twin turbo Testas, twin turbo Countaches. I mean, the possibilities are endless. But yeah, if you want to buy a 964, you're either gonna buy it for the kits or for the value that it carries, because it is pretty good looking, right? I'm gonna say that. It is a lot more better looking than the 993. So yeah, that is why you should buy the 964, for the kits, for the value, and for what it, you know, it looks good. That's why you should just 100% buy the 964. Now the next part, should you buy a 993? Yes, you should buy a 993 if you want better handling out of a Porsche, if you want to say, yeah, I have a Porsche and I can drive it properly, yeah, go ahead and buy a 993, because the 993 is relatively beginner friendly. It isn't going to feel massively unstable. It is going to be a bit challenging, but the all-wheel drive is going to have your back at all times. You can easily say that. But the only problem, once again, that you're going to face with the 993 is that it's going to feel quite underpowered against other cars. So yeah, the 993 is a good car. It does have good handling. I'm still a bit skeptical because, you know, the Toge, I don't know, maybe it was, you know, due to my skill issue or, you know, Dragon's skill issue, but yeah, we both tested out the cars in all scenarios, and the 964 loves spinning out on the Toge, and the 993 feels really slow on the Toge. So yeah, if you want to go for Toge racing, 964 and 993, I've stated why you should buy them, so the choice is up to you if you want to spend your yen. That is it for this video, everyone. If you found it useful or if you enjoyed the video, do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any other uploads. And a bit of a, you know, announcement, my second channel is up and running again. Yes, sir, if you didn't know, I have 2 channels, right? Go ahead and check out my second channel, link is in the description. And I'm also posting on Instagram, so if you like Instagram, or if you want to see shorts of RetroKaizer, then yeah, reels of RetroKaizer, then go ahead, check out the Instagram of RetroKaizer, link is in the description as well. This is me signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.